You know, I never really enjoy making videos like this where I know my opinion is more on the negative side, and people have also been waiting to hear my thoughts on it because they love it so much. For literally a year now, people have been begging me to play Yokai Watch for like a year, and I finally did it. And guys, I don't like it. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry I don't like it. Let me explain. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Media. Today, we're going to be reviewing and talking about Yokai Watch, of course, 7-8 years after it came out in North America. Came out in 2015 on the 3DS. This is one of like the main franchises on 3DS that were like known for being on 3DS that I really just hadn't played, and I intended on playing it last year, and I just never really got around to doing that. So this year, I thought, okay, I have the capture card now. This will be the year I finally really give Yokai Watch a chance. And I played it a little bit in 2015, and I remember not liking it back then, but my assumption was that I just didn't give it enough of a chance. Now that I've played and beaten Yokai Watch 1, I think it's just not for me, and that's fine. I do respect a lot of the qualities this game has, and I want to start with that. The production value of Yokai Watch is actually really good, and I don't want to compare it to Pokemon a lot in this video, because they are very different games, despite people kind of comparing them, but just in terms of production value, in terms of polish, and just the the animations, and really just the way the game looks, I think this game looks better than X and Y, for example. This game looks really nice. Even like little things, when you go into a house, Nate takes off his shoes, and then if you leave, he puts them back on. Like just little stuff like that, quality of life things that really kind of make Yokai Watch feel like a more quality product, in my opinion. That stuff is great. The music's pretty good too. Sometimes it's a little goofy when it maybe shouldn't be, but the music's good. The characters are good. The writing is good. My issue with it is the gameplay. So in Yokai Watch, you befriend yokai, you collect yokai, you fill out like a yokai medallion kind of page book thing, like a Pokédex in Pokemon. You have a team of 6 of them that you use in battle. The interesting thing is you use all 6 at once, or more specifically, you use 3 at a time in the front of your party and then 3 in the back. And the gameplay is really interesting to an extent. Maybe interesting, not the right word. It's unique at the very least, where you have your 3 party members in the front, and on the touchscreen, you'll scroll the wheel around to kind of move them and adjust them how you need. You can have like these link up bonuses based on what yokai tribe they're from, which is basically just Pokemon types. And in that aspect, I respect it. I don't really like it though. It's not that fun, specifically doing like the Ultimate attacks. I don't know, maybe Yokai Watch 2 and 3 fixes this, who knows. Let me know in the comments below. I think I might enjoy those games if I play them more than I enjoy this. There's 3 tapping mini games basically that you're just doing over and over again, and it's so repetitive. And not to say that an RPG isn't gonna be repetitive, but I really don't like when I have to quickly circle around my 3DS screen. I don't like that. It feels like I'm hurting my 3DS, and obviously I'm not doing it that hard, or even just tapping. I just don't like that kind of gameplay. I don't like that stuff in video games. Even like Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs, I like that game. In that game, you're using the touchscreen, you're drawing the signs. You basically do the same thing as one of the mini games in this game when you do your ultimate attacks. I don't like it. It's not fun, and it just feels bad. It feels slow. It slows down the combat, and the way the turn-based structure in this game works is very weird. I like that they put that unique spin on the turn-based combat where you have 3 in front, 3 in back, and you kind of move them around and switch it up based on, okay, I need a healer out here, or oh, I need my link boost crew going on over here. I like it in concept, but in execution, I just don't think it's very fun. And I mean, that's one thing. If just the combat was an issue, okay, like that's whatever. But at the end of the day, Yokai Watch is a game where you befriend monsters. It's like a Pokemon or a Shin Megami Tensei, where you collect monsters, and that should be the main appeal of the game. Well, first of all, I think the yokai designs are very bad. They range from good to very bad. I would even say some of them are great. Like Jibanyan and Komo-san, like those are good designs, right? But then I don't even know names, but like there are just some terrible yokai designs that I cannot stand. But even beyond that, this is a monster catching game or a monster befriending game where you're supposed to, there's like 265 or whatever. I didn't even do half of that because it's not fun to me. Befriending yokai in this game is the biggest chore of any chore game I've ever played. It's not like Pokemon where you throw a ball. It's not like Shin Megami Tensei where you just talk to them and try to, talk them through some interrogation and then have them join your party in Shin Megami Tensei. It's literally either you look up what type of food the yokai likes, and if you do that, it's still luck-based, or you just get lucky. It's basically just RNG if you can befriend a yokai. So for me, my entire time playing this game, I never went for a specific yokai because every time I tried to do that, it was just frustrating. I didn't want to have to Google, okay, this whatever likes this food. I didn't want to have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to go to Dollar Smash on YouTube and figure out, okay, how do I get this yokai? These monster catching games like this are fun because I can just go at my own pace and just take whatever yokai or monster, Pokemon, demon in Shin Megami Tensei's case, and just get them. I can go around and get them. In this game, the odds of a yokai asking to join your team are so low that it completely kills any aspect of collecting them. Maybe that's not what the game was going for, but when you have 265 of them and they evolve like Pokemon and you use them like Pokemon, I kind of think that's what they were going for, and they completely failed. And I think a big part of that also for me is just Springdale as a location, as your main location, as your only location. It's not fun to explore. The reason that catching monsters and Pokemon or finding and befriending demons in Shin Megami Tensei is fun is because those maps are huge. You're going on an adventure through an entire, in the case of SMT, Tokyo or whatever region it is in Pokemon. In this game, you're in one town, and every area in the town looks the same. Yeah, you might go to a construction site or a hospital or a shrine in the woods, but you're pretty much staying in the same spot. Obviously, these are yokai, and it's cool that they try to make it and incorporate it in that, oh, these yokai just kind of live in everyday life. They're hiding in the trash can. They're hiding under the car. It doesn't work for me, and in terms of, like, the gameplay of finding them. Exploring and looking for a trash can isn't fun. But, in Shin Megami Tensei, going through this weird area in Tokyo that's all destroyed because the world's ended, that's fun. And then you find, like, a weird demon that's been living there. Yokai Watch is a super happy Sunny Lucky Go town, and obviously this game's aimed at kids. I'm not a child, so obviously I'm not even the target demographic, of course, right? But even in 2015, when I played it when I was 15, I didn't like it either. It just loses all that for me. And when the monster catching game, it isn't fun to catch and collect monsters. You kind of lost me there. And also, I do want to mention the Springdale thing again. I genuinely... This was so funny. So it took me about 15 to 16 hours to beat the game, which, according to how long to beat, is on the shorter end because I didn't do a ton of side stuff. I did some. For about 7 hours, I thought this game was going to be like 50 hours. Like 7 hours in, I was like, man, I'm still in Springdale, and there's going to be like a whole world I go to after this. When I found out you don't leave Springdale, I could not believe it. I genuinely couldn't believe that you were going to stay in the same boring, sterile-looking city the entire game. And then I found out you stay there in Yokai Watch 2 and 3 as well. I couldn't believe it. It's such a boring location. Maybe for an anime. I know there's Yokai Watch anime. Maybe for that it works. And maybe having that little path up the woods in the anime, that could work too, because it's like, you can make a whole episode of that, out of that. But in the game, there's literally just a straight path you go up in 10 minutes, and then you come back. It doesn't work. The location is a big issue for me in this game. It's not fun to explore. It's not fun to find yokai, and... it completely ruined the game for me. I think that alone, I think, basically destroyed any enjoyment I would have had. Which is a huge shame because, like I said, I do think that Yokai Watch has that great production value, has that level 5 production value. It has cool characters. I mean, hell, this is a freaking monster catching game on the 3DS that has voice acting. Game Freak hasn't even caught up to that, which is crazy. But... it just lacks that gameplay. I mean, I like the world of Yokai Watch. I even like some of the yokai. I'm looking at the box art here. I can't remember the Dream Eater's name. That's probably a better design than Musharna. But then there's this thing. What the hell is that? The freaking with the glasses. It's so inconsistent. Say what you will about Pokemon designs. I know some people don't like Garbo or Trubbish. At least it's pretty consistent. Yokai Watch designs are so inconsistent. Some of them are so bad that I'm looking at my screen and I'm like, are you serious? Some of them are just humans, basically. I don't get it. I don't like it. It just doesn't click with me. And I feel bad, like I said, because people have been waiting for me to play this game. And I feel bad for myself, basically. I wanted to like this game. I really, really wanted to like this game. Because as a collector, I have Yokai Watch 3, and that game's worth a lot. So now I'm just like, damn, should I just sell that? But I don't want to do that. That's a whole other discussion entirely. I do intend on playing Yokai Watch 2 or 3 eventually. Let me know in the comments below if you're a big Yokai Watch fan. Should I just go straight to 3? Is that like most quality of life improvements? Would that be the best route to go? Or based on what I said in this video, should I just not even attempt it? I still want to like it. I really do, but the lack of exploration and just the way the befriending yokai mechanic is... I don't like it. Also, side quests. Oh my god. If you you want to talk about fetch quests? Oh my god. If you want to talk about fetch quests in gaming, every side quest in this game is just mind-numbing. Mind-numbing is the best way to put it. It's just, okay, go get the item, bring it back, go find it. Good luck first of all, good luck finding it, because every area in the game looks exactly identical. At least, like, more than halfway through the game, they add, like, the teleporting, which is great. Thank God. They should have just had that from the beginning. But the side quests are really just not fun. I don't like, so you throughout the game, you level up your watch rank, which is cool, and that way you can befriend stronger yokai. That's fine. It's not technically required. I wish they just made that the main quest. There was definitely a point where I had to use a guide, because they're like, okay, go find this yokai, and he's in the sewer. And then it just says sewer, and I'm like, okay, well, there's like 5 different like waterway sewers you can go into, tunnels. Just tell me where that is. Don't just give me a vague description of, like, it's in that general area. There's no landmarks in this game. There's nothing. It's just a bland city. So I really wanted to like Yokai Watch. I'm sorry to all my fans. I let you down. But yeah, Yokai Watch not for me. First game I beat in 2023, so starting off the year very strong. I'm excited to get to some other stuff and do some more reviews. Fire Emblem Engage, of course, comes out this week. But yeah, let me know in the comments below your perspective on Yokai Watch. From what I've seen, it's definitely a situation where you love it or you hate it. Although, and that's just based on what I've seen online, people talking, I don't think I hate it. It just never clicked with me the way I thought and wanted it to. There is potential there. I think if Yokai Watch 2 or 3 makes befriending yokai better and maybe expands like the areas you explore and improves the side quests, it could be for me. But Yokai Watch 1, not for me. And that's okay. I know people love it, and that's great. I still would love for the series to come back and have, you know, Yokai Watch 1 remake and Yokai Watch 4 localized. Obviously, more games is always a good thing, more variety. But for me, this one just kind of let me down. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Am I insane, or you know, should I even attempt Yokai Watch 2 or 3? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe here for more Nintendo 3DS throwback content, Nintendo Switch and Wii U content, and all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksMedia. And until next time, folks, bye-bye.